All right, folks, it's Nathan from KBL Texas Homestead. Welcome back and thank you for watching. Today I'm gonna shoot a quick video on some cleanup and preparation for our growing season coming up. I got a flower bed garden area here that is completely a wreck and I need to get it addressed. So today's focus is gonna be clearing that out, getting all the old stuff out, getting it cleaned up and getting it ready for some new raised bed flower beds that are gonna be coming in. So without further ado, let's check that out. So I'm gonna sweep around here and give you a quick view of all of this mess I have. So actually this right here, my wife shot a video on yesterday evening. She got some of our lettuce and broccoli, I believe, planted in. There's a little container down here and then this box here, and we kind of built this little makeshift greenhouse just for last night so it would protect it because the temperatures dropped a little bit, but I'm getting ready to pull those off. But I've just got a mess. Let's walk down here and we'll walk this whole perimeter. So I'm gonna be relocating this flower bed right here, or garden bed. It is my cucumber. You can see my trellis system up here. This is where our cucumbers go, and I'm actually going to be putting this all the way down the end over here, and then I'm gonna have a long raised bed all the way to this point. This will be at the end of that raised bed, so we'll move that on. I've got these sunflowers that have already went to seed and dropped all their seeds, and it's just ready to come down. So I need to pull all that out, get that in the compost. Then I've got all this morning glory. Hopefully you can see this, but all this morning glory right here, we're gonna get all this pulled off today and thrown on the compost as well. I've got this flower bed here. I'll show you the inside of that. There's no bottom, it's bottomless. I've got to get that fixed and repaired. I keep saying flower bed, but garden bed. I'm gonna use that for some vegetables this year as well. Got a couple of fig trees right here, one here, and one somewhere else right here that we're gonna be implementing in this garden as well. So I'll show you that. I've got another fig tree right here behind me. This one was actually in the ground. It was planted here when we got here, when we moved on to the property. So we're gonna keep that there and just work around it. It's actually got some old growth on it there, and then all this new growth right here. I'm gonna try to air layer that and make that its own separate plants. I've already attempted one. I've got it growing over there. So we'll see how it works out, but hopefully it does, and I can take all that new growth off, make their own plants, and then put them somewhere else on the property. Just continuing on, I got more of this crud that needs to come off. It's all this morning glory that looks so pretty and hide in our compost area earlier in the year, but now it's just dead. It needs to come out. So the good thing is right here by the compost, so we'll pull it out and drop it in the compost bin. I've got this area of compost designated for compost, and it's roughly 22 foot long and 3 foot wide, I think is the dimensions on it. But we've got it in here. I've got junk everywhere throughout the season that we've just left here. We've used, it's accumulated here, and now I need to get it up. I started some fresh piles yesterday, picked a bunch of leaves and junk that was in the front yard. I've got it all rolling right here. Got a nice little area going there. I've got to get all this weed up, so this is gonna be a problem, but all this grass and weed along this fence line needs to come up. Walk around this side. I've got a nice little orange tree right here. Hopefully you can see that. This orange tree, we didn't know what it was for the longest time. It fruited this year, and we realized it was an orange. So now we got orange tree. It's very little. You can see this dead stump here, but it got some side shoots that come off of it right here, and these side shoots are doing pretty good. And like I said, they produced oranges, so hopefully this year it'll grow a little better and produce some more oranges. I think we ended up with 3 oranges off of that tree this year. show you all this junk. We've got all this potting stuff right here that we need to get cleaned up. I'm gonna get all this out of here. It's got weeds growing in it. This is my wife's seed starting system. This little rack will get it. I've got this wheelbarrow of junk here that I'm gonna get out of here. Here's one of my fig trees that I was talking about a minute ago that I air layered. This fig tree here, I air layered it, let it grow roots, and then I transplanted it in this bucket, and it's doing okay, as you can see here. Let me see if I can get that on the video for you. It's got some buds in a few places, so I'm thinking it's gonna make it. Also got all this stuff here. So we've got this okra bucket here that we planted, and I'm leaving this okra in here. I actually let it go to seed, and it's already gone to seed. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but it's got seeds in there, so I'm gonna take those out, as well as these two right here, and then there's one baby one down here that I'm gonna take the seeds out of those and save the seeds and replant them here after a while. I've also got this pot here that the wife started, and I'm gonna keep that rolling, but it is carrots and either cabbage or lettuce. I can't remember which one it is, but she's got that started, so I'm gonna leave that alone. We've got some more junk down here that is just full of weeds. I'm gonna get this out. I've got these bell peppers that have been here all year. We planted them late. They produced a little bit. Now they're just covered in weeds because we haven't been in this area in a while, and I need to get this cleaned up. But I'm debating on what to do with these bell peppers. I'm thinking I'm gonna leave them and maybe just build a greenhouse over them and help this cooler weather. The greenhouse will help it warm up, and maybe they'll stay growing. It's got some new buds on it right there. I don't know if you can see them, but maybe they'll produce a little bit. We'll see. This here's some more bell pepper. It seems to be, it's got new leaves on it. It's got new buds. It's got a new bell pepper right there. So I'm thinking I'm gonna do the same thing with that. Here's an old bell pepper. I'll see if I can get a shot of it. But this one is already turning colors, going red, looking pretty. So we'll see what we can do with that to save it. Let me go inside. I did all that from the outside. Maybe it'll be a little easier inside. So I've got this bucket here I'm gonna get cleared out, which is actually, this is turmeric. Now, I don't know if you folks are familiar with turmeric, but from what I've researched and read and heard, that it's great medicinal value. It's got a lot of I'm not gonna say cures, but helping aids, I guess, that it helps with. But you know, if you want to research that, you're more than welcome. This is raw turmeric, and it was actually on the homestead when we got here. This pot I actually just pulled out of the back, and we planted some stuff in it, and this turmeric was at the bottom of it, I guess, and it just regrew. And so I haven't harvested yet, but I'm gonna pick this up and harvest it probably today, just to see what it looks like, and then maybe replant it somewhere else. But I want to get this container out of here. I've got a bunch of experimental stuff down here. This water bottles over here that I need to get rid of. Get all that junk out of here. I had this tarp down for weed control. Unfortunately for me, it wasn't big enough, and I didn't take the time to put any more down. So stuff has started growing through the tarp. I'm gonna pull that up and get it out of here. And yep, so that's gonna be it for the day. The main goal is gonna be clearing out this whole area. So I'll get over here and see if I can give you a shot of everything. But yeah, all this stuff needs to get cleaned up, cleared out. All right, folks, I'm gonna do a quick tour of the garden area. Got it all cleaned up, finished. You can see most of the morning glory is off of the fence. This spot here, they were just covered with the morning glory. I've got it all pulled off and I can see the nice little fence again. Looks great. Most of it, or all of it, is in this compost area. Right here. Some right here. Got most of the grass and weeds pulled off of this front section here. Give you a long shot of it. I actually moved this green tarp. It was right here. You can see where it ended. I pulled it forward and got this planter box in place about where it's gonna be. So everything's looking a lot better than it did. That's where the tarp was down. It killed all the grass, the weeds, kept everything at bay. So that's looking a lot better. I like it. We got this planter blocks up. It's got some veggies in it. I'll show you this area right here. I don't remember if I caught it on the last video. I think I did. But this just looks completely different. I had a bunch of plants up in here that were just tall, taking out the window view. And I trimmed all that back. These bushes here, they actually pretty. They are pretty. How you like that verbiage? But they were getting smothered by this other plant that just took over, as well as this one. So I gave them some breathing room, let them fill out, bush back up, and then we'll decide what we're gonna plant, probably some smaller flowers. Up in here when spring comes, this is our rain harvesting system that we use to water the garden during season. We don't mess with it right now. And then again, I'll just give you a long shot of the garden area that we plan to plant and have full this year. I was able to get the these plants moved over. I don't know if you remember, but they were over here. I relocated them, so they're getting a little more sun over here. We've got some nice, I believe this is a cauliflower growing here, and a bunch of carrots in here. These are actually seeds that my wife had started inside, and she just moved them over, got them planted. And then I've got our little greenhouses built for our bell peppers. Again, it's still pretty fresh out, so this is gonna help the bell peppers out. I just hope that they're doing okay. There's a nice little bell pepper in there. I think it's gonna make it. It's about time to pluck that booger. But yeah, I just wanted to close out this video with showing you the progress that we made on the garden area. It looks 100% different. Again, this is KBL Texas Homesteading. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit the like button. And leave me some comments. Let me know what y'all think.